Hey, we got some OCG deck profiles today for some cool theories, so make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss out on some more awesome deck profiles, actually. So, there's a bunch of Security Force cards that we don't quite have yet, and we'll be getting these in a future set here. But this is the first time that I've seen Security Force actually touch down and do something in the OCG. Remember, this is an entire deck whose life strategy is going to be focusing on you put monster in front of opponent gets penalty effect. Alright? That easy enough to understand? You get that, right? Okay. So, basic stuff here. We have triple copies of Ash Blossom and 2 copies of Maxi. Gotta have our hand traps, right? Now, we have triple copies of S-Force Dog Tag. So each of your opponent's monsters in the same column as one of your S-Force monsters cannot activate its effects during your main phase. So we get to punish the opponent for not playing the game. At least during our main phase. If your opponent normal special summons a monster or monsters, and you control an S-Force monster except during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. So this thing extends itself back out. That's really good, actually. I like this card quite a lot. Then we have triple copies of the S-Force Edge Laser. Each time your opponent's monster in the same column as an S-Force monster cannot be used as link material for a link 3 or higher Link Summon. If this card is normal special summon, you can special summon one S-Force monster from your hand in attack position, except for S-Force Edge Laser. So now we have something that's going to punish the opponent for not being able to commit to a Link Summon, actually. That's pretty cool. Now we also have triple copies of Gravitino, 2 copies of Aurafist, 2 triple copies of Platina, triple copies of Chiyomaru, and then spells, we have 2 Called by the Grave, must be nice OCG, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Pot of Extrav, 1 Rhoda, triple copies of Bridgehead, triple copies of Showdown, and then we have S-Force Chase here. So target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of S-Force monsters you control with different names. Return them to the hand. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright. If an S-Force monster or monsters you control would banish a card from the hand to activate an effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Well, don't mind if I do. Alright. I love self-replacement effects. And then we have 2 copies of the S-Force Specimen. Extra deck down here we have 1 Gardner, 1 Almirage, triple copies of Justify, 1 copy of the Light one, or Light Possessed Charmer, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, 1 IP Go Vroom, 1 copy of Time Thief Reader, 1 Exciton, 1 Vesperado, 1 Pleiades, and 1 Abyss Dweller. You would almost figure you'd want to play Zeus in here, but this is very, very interesting. So this is our first look at S-Force actually competently doing anything as of late. Next up, oh boy, I was excited for this. When was the last time you guys saw Yosenju do anything? I think it's been, how long? Hey, Yosenjus! How long's it been? It's been so long I can't hear them anymore. They used to talk to me, but they don't anymore. So this is Pendulum Yabubus, actually. This is kind of cool. So we have triple copies of D-Shifter. I wonder how they win. Can you guys guess it? This card. This card's really good. Triple copies of Maxi. Triple copies of Dieback here. So this is what our high scale. When a Yosenju monster you control declares an attack, you can have that attacking monster gain 300 attack. And then we have triple copies of Hitat. So you can target 1 Yosenju card in your Pendulum Zone. For the rest of this turn, its Pendulum scale becomes 11. Also, you cannot special summon monsters except for Yosenju monsters, even if this card leaves the field. During your end phase, return this card to your hand. Well, this fat thing returns back to the hand. Alright, that's actually really good. What else does this thing do? Cannot be special summon except by Pendulum Summon. If this card is no more special summon, you target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. Each time a card or cards is returned to the hand or main deck by your card effect while this card is on the field, all Yosenjus gain 500 attack. Then once per during the end phase, this card is special summon, it goes back to the hand. Wow. Yeah, they literally want you to Pendulum that. We have triple Gamma. Then we have triple copies of Izana, 1 copy of Kama 1, and triple copies of Sabu. You guys notice that we're not playing any of the old stuff? It's all mainly the new stuff. Then we have 2 copies of the Yosenju Sinju L and 2 copies of the Shinzu R, with 1 driver. Spells we have triple Tenki, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Lightning Storm, triple copies Pot of Extra, Triple copies of the Yosenju Roshi channeling. If you control the monsters, activate one of the following effects. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except for Yosenju. So you can add one level 5 or higher Yosenju monster from your deck to your hand, or you can place a Yosenju L and a Yosenju R from your deck in your pendulum scales and destroy them during the end phase. You literally just get to set up here. Like, don't mind my universal pendulum scales, by the way. They do nothing. Just smile at them. Then we have 2 copies of Red Reboot here. Just disregard the one here. We have triple copies of Gravity Controller, 2 copies of Tornado Dragon, triple copies of Gallon Granite, 2 copies of Diamond Direwolf, 2 Abyss Dweller, 2 copies of Scrap Dragon, and 1 Omega. Side deck here we have 2 Droll Knockbird, triple Trap Eater, 2 copies of Necro Valley, triple copies of Psalm Strike, 2 Typhoon, and 2 copies of the Yosenju Secret Move. Wrapping up Yosenjus. I do like this concept. I actually think that there's potential to be had with this for something like Tier 3 in the TCG. But with that being said, though, you gotta mess around with cool ideas like this, man. Like, this is pretty cool. Next up, we have... Yeah, this is vanilla deck. So, we got a Mandragon here. This is just a fat level 5 normal monster. Add 1 plant monster with 2,400 more attack from your deck to your hand. Banish this card from your graveyard. Splash summon 1 plant monster with 2,400 more attack from your hand. You can only use 1 Rosebell of Revelation effect once per turn, only once that turn. So this just lets us set up our big 2,400 or 2,500 Burr machine, and then next turn we can splash summon it while we're floodgating our opponent out of existence. That's kind of cute, actually. Oh, I see some interesting stuff. So we have triple copies of Mandragon, 1 copy of the Draconia. When a normal monster inflicts damage to your opponent, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Nice pendulum effect. Triple Heat Wave, so we can deny the opponent a chance to play the game. Triple copies of Pacifist. That's cool. Triple Pot of Prosperity with triple Extrav. 2 copies of Revelation with 1 Summoner's Art, 1 Terraforming, and triple copies of the Monarch Stormforth. Technically... here we can roll out we can just let the opponent set up Stormforth it, and then we can summon the Mandragon. That's so cute. We have 1 Unrivaled Tenyi Fist, triple Macrocosmo, 1 Metaverse, 1 Pendulum Switch. You can target 1 card in your Pendulum Zone, special summon it, and you can target 1 monster in your Monster Zone and place that monster in your Pendulum Zone. So, it's just a continuous trap card that can let us rotate. I actually think that gives us an extra attack, right? We have triple Spiral Battles, 2 Spiral Power, triple Skill Drain, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment. This deck is nasty. We have triple Link Spider, triple copies of Defender of the Labyrinth, 2 normal monsters. Non-effect monsters you control gain 500 attack. Also, all effect monster opponent controls lose 500 attack. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target 1 non-effect monster in your graveyard, splash, self-summon it. I don't know how often this is going to come up, but this being an option is hilarious. We have triple Berserker, triple Volcasaurus, and triple copies of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Wrapping up some vanilla spice, actually. That's hilarious. The last list we have here for you guys, this is something playing the new Fairy Tale support. So we have 1 copy of Pankratops, 2 Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of Luna, 1 copy of Rella, then we have 2 copies of Vrashka here. So when this card is normal summon, you can have your opponent gain 500 life. Then they look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose 1 for you to add to your hand, and you shuffle the rest back into your deck. So per pay 500, your opponent has to give you a card off the top of your deck. Enjoy your driver. We have 1 Asa, 1 Iria, 1 Hida, and 1 Win. Then we have triple of the Awakening of the Possessed. Then we have triple copies of Fairy Tale. So you can reveal 1 spellcaster monster with 1850 attack in your hand with a name different from the monsters you control. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summoner set that monster. And of course, you can only use this effect to Fairy Tale once per turn. Each time, the first time you would take battle damage or effect damage while you control that 1850 spellcaster monster, you do not. Alright, so basically, this is just a nice little mix of Fairy Tale and the Charmer support. So we have 1 Feather Duster, triple Potted Duality, triple copies of Extrav, 1 Raigeki, and triple copies of Spirit Charmers. With 1 United We Stand. That's adorable. Then we have 2 Dark Bribe, 1 Grand Horn of Heaven, 1 Mirror Force Launcher. OCG is really weird. Alright, like, there's no point in playing this, but just to set our storming, I guess. 2 Possessed Partnerships, 2 Recall, and then 1 Storming. extra deck here, we have one of each of the Charmers, one Tornado Dragon, one Redoer, one Utopia Lightning, two Utopia Lightning, one Utopia Prime, one Utopia Ray, one Baguski, two copies of Utopia, and two copies of Sky Thunder. Wrapping up this chunk of OCG deck profiles for everybody. I love just seeing these cool concepts, man. I love what these decks can do, especially coming out in the future here. So what do you guys think about these decks? Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.